Today, our mixture of the week is going to be this background color of this painting I'm doing of my granddaughter. This to me is like a periwinkle blue. And in order to get this, the first thing I do is I identify the closest pigments on my palette to this color. And if you look at some of these different pigments on my palette, you see ultramarine blue, cobalt blue violet, and Murray violet, which is a combination of ultramarine blue and quinacridone magenta. So this one is very close, but a little too violet. This one is a little too violet and a little too dusty, because it's a cobalt color. I do need a little bit of an opacity here to get this color. The ultramarine by itself is too transparent. So I know from my ultimate mixing guide that if I do ultramarine blue and quinacridone red, I get a beautiful vibrancy, which is what I'm looking for here. So I need to add a little bit more of a pink color to either the ultramarine blue or the cobalt blue. So the way I do that, and we're going to go with the quinacridone magenta because it's in the right value range. And if we mix it with the ultramarine blue, you can see it gets very violet very quickly. So if I mix that, still too much on the violet side. So you have to just work with your mixtures until you get the look you want. So see, that's that mixture, and it's actually very close to that. If I take the quinacridone magenta, tiniest bit into the cobalt blue, it gives me that opacity I want, but it's not quite blue enough, so I would add a little bit more of the cobalt blue. And I think that might be the closest mix. And if I can't get the exact match I want, then I will mix the two. So if I mix the ultramarine, the cobalt, and the quinacridone magenta, then you can see I'm getting very close to that. So they're all close, but these two are probably the closest. So I will layer that on and see what I get, and then I'll decide if I need to do more glazes on top to get the look I want. If I don't get it initially, then I will glaze over it with one of those colors until I get that opacity that I want for this background. So I hope you found that helpful, and we will see you next week.